What's up everyone? Welcome back to Will of the Market, where we break down the madness of the markets using simple words, big energy, and the occasional movie quote. Because hey, may the odds be ever in your favor, especially when your money's on the line. And today, we have to talk about Bitcoin's recent drop. Yeah, the king of crypto decided to take a little trip down the price ladder, and investors are feeling it. Some are panicking, some are buying the dip, and some are sitting in a corner whispering, winter is coming. Let's break it down. What's happening with Bitcoin? Bitcoin recently hit a wave of selling pressure that pushed the price down sharply after weeks of strong momentum. The market went from hype to hesitation fast, almost like when someone says, "This will be a quick meeting," and then it turns into a 3-hour documentary. So why did Bitcoin drop? Simple breakdown. Profit taking after the huge run-up from previous highs. ETF inflows slowing down, which was the biggest driver earlier. Macro fear, investors watching rates, the Fed, and global liquidity. Leverage unwinding, which always adds gas to the fire. It's classic Bitcoin behavior. Big move up, followed by emotional turbulence. What investors are saying? Right now, the investor sentiment is split, like the Avengers right before Civil War. On one side, you've got the bulls saying, "This is healthy. Nothing goes straight up. Bitcoin always shakes out the weak hands before the next leg." They point to long-term holders accumulating, miners steady, and ETFs still showing net positive flows. On the other side, the bears are like, "This is the top. Momentum is gone. We're heading back to the basement." Social platforms show fear rising, but not panic. People are cautious, watching for confirmation before making big moves. One thing everyone agrees on? Bitcoin controls the whole crypto market's mood, and when it sneezes, everything else catches pneumonia. Why this drop matters for the markets? Here's the bigger picture. Bitcoin isn't just a crypto anymore, it's a macro asset. It reacts to the economy the same way stocks do. If liquidity tightens, right pointing arrow, Bitcoin falls. If rates stay high, right pointing arrow, Bitcoin struggles. If global confidence drops, right pointing arrow, Bitcoin drops harder. This recent sell-off reminds investors that Bitcoin is now part of the broader financial world. Institutions move it. ETFs move it. Global markets move it. And that's why this drop actually matters. It tells us the market is nervous about growth, rates, and risk appetite. Outlook moving forward? So what happens next? Think of it like the Mandalorian. The path forward isn't always straight, but this is the way. Here are the key outlooks. Short term. Volatility, indecision, chop. Mid-term. Depends heavily on upcoming economic data and liquidity. Long term. Still positive if adoption continues and ETFs keep inflows steady. Analysts are split. Some calling for a retest of lower levels, others calling this the dip before the next surge. But overall, the market is uncertain, not bearish. And that's the breakdown of Bitcoin's drop. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, drop a comment, and remember, the market doesn't follow your emotions. It follows the will of the market. Catch you in the next one.